Hi there. Okay, today what we're going to be looking at is added value. Now, added value is quite simply the increased worth that a business creates for its products. Okay? Now, for example, if you take a potato. Now, you take a potato, you go to a supermarket, it's not going to cost you a lot of money to buy that potato. But if a business decides to chop it up and turn it into French fries, then they can sell that same potato for more money. So they're adding more value by doing something to those raw materials. Okay? What else could they do to a potato? Well, they could turn it into a jacket potato. Again, that would allow them to sell those raw materials, that initial potato, they've turned it into something else, and now they're able to sell it for more money. So added value is the increased worth. It is a business taking its raw materials, doing something to it, and allowing them to sell it for more. Now, so the difference between what a business pays its supplier for its raw materials and the price that it actually charges its customers. Now, I've got a formula for added value, and the formula for added value is quite simply the selling price minus the cost of the raw materials. So if you get asked what is added value, you could just give the formula. It's the selling price minus the cost of the raw materials. If you want to add value, well, you can use that formula. Now, if you want to add value, there's two things that you could do. There's two things you could do to that formula. First of all, if you want to add more value, you could increase the selling price. If you increase the selling price and keep the cost of the raw materials the same, then that allows you to add more value. Or, in order to add value, you could reduce the cost of your raw materials. If you reduce the cost of your raw materials, that will again allow you to add more value. There are some problems here though, guys, and this is just getting you into a little bit more advanced thinking. If you increase your selling price, yes, that allows you to add more value, but a higher selling price could cause less sales because you're now more expensive. Okay, so that could actually lead to a decrease in revenue for the business. And if you decrease the cost of the raw materials, well, in order to decrease your cost of raw materials, what you need to do, usually find a cheaper supplier. If you find a cheaper supplier, what might be a problem with that? Well, if you find a cheaper supplier, cheaper supplies usually means a worse quality or a lower quality supply. So that actually could affect the quality of your product. Okay, so I've got two different handbags on here now. One is Gucci and one is just a regular handbag. Now, which one of those is worth more? I'm sure you're all going to be thinking the Gucci one is worth more. Well, why is it worth more? Because they're both handbags, they both do the exact same thing. Yeah, you put stuff in there, your mobile phone, your purse, whatever, put it in your handbag. Okay, they do the same thing, but why is the Gucci one worth more? Why have they been able to add more value to their handbag than to this one? And it's because they have a brand. And what is a brand, if you haven't come across that before? It's something that's recognizable. Instantly when you see Gucci, you think this is a high quality, top product. Okay, it has a brand, it's recognizable, and people associate value. They think that is a better quality, a better, more stylish handbag than this one. Okay, so Gucci is allowing them to add more value to their handbag, to their product, because they have a brand, and people are prepared to pay more money for a product that does have a brand. So other sources of added value, don't forget the main ones: increasing your selling price, decrease the cost of your raw materials. But other ways to add value, you could have the best design. For example, Apple. Super stylish phones, the sleekest, most cool modern designs. So Apple, add value, people will pay more for those products. Having a quick, speedy service. Yeah, if it's fast, if you're going to get it quick, then you'll pay more for it, such as DHL. DHL do a 2-day delivery. If you pay for their two-day speedy postal delivery, you pay more for that service. Okay. If you just do the standard delivery, which takes 1-2 weeks for it to be delivered, that's going to be cheaper. So if you offer somebody a quick service, then that will add value. Branding, like we just looked at, Gucci. If you have a brand, people associate high quality brand, people are willing to pay more for it. USP, having a unique selling point, something special about your product. Again, customers are willing to pay more for that. So an example of a unique selling point, I have these different products down here. Now, a unique selling point is just, or USP, is just a characteristic that makes your product different from your competitors, something that makes your product better. For example, the Dyson vacuum cleaner is a wonderful example of a product that has a USP. When I was younger, when I was your guys' age, when my parents were vacuuming the house, the vacuum cleaners weren't like this. They didn't have a clear plastic cylinder. You used to have a bag, and you used to have to put the bag into the vacuum cleaner. Once the bag got full, you had to take the bag out, throw it in the bin, and then put a new bag in. Now, Dyson came along and he said, this idea is silly. Why do we have a bag? What is the need to have a bag? Because we've got to buy bags, they're expensive, and if you run out, you've got to go to the shop and buy some more. So he designed a vacuum cleaner that didn't need a bag. There's no bag in his vacuum cleaners. So you just take up the cylinder, you pour out the dust or the dirt into the bin, and then you put the cylinder back onto the vacuum. That was his USP. It's different to all of the vacuum cleaners, and his product, he could sell it for more, people were willing to pay more, and now every single vacuum cleaner is like this, and he has made billions and billions of dollars from his invention, from his design. The iPod, again, the cool design, loads of memory with the touch screen, so they were able to sell their iPod for more money than anybody else, so that was their USP, and that allowed them to add value. Why is added value important? Well, added value allows a business to survive, to be successful, and to increase their profit, because remember, added value is the difference between your costs and what you sell it for. The bigger the added value, the more profit, the more money that you're going to be making. Okay, so the higher the added value, the more likely they will be to achieve those things to survive. Okay guys, I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time.